Hey friends, I wanted to take a couple minutes and just share some of the things that I've been doing, some of the things that I found that helped me. And in this short segment, I just wanted to share with you 4 books that I've been reading. And this first one here, Burning Water, this is by Lorette Sojourn. And this is a really excellent book. This is about Teotihuacan and the artwork and the different mythical symbols that were part of the Aztec culture. And I gotta tell you that this is a really solid and serious book. The Aztecs, as it turns out, were all about developing the soul. I had a chance to go to Teotihuacan last year in 2009, and I received some healing work from practitioners there. And the Aztec ancestors really came through those folks in the way they worked. And I can tell you that as far as I can perceive, and even there's evidence looking at history, the way it was put together, the Aztec people were not a bloodthirsty people. We can't really tell if there was any human sacrifice current or how much it was in either the Aztec or the Mayan cultures. And one of the things you're going to do when you take over a land is you're going to say that those people were savages and they were killing everybody to justify your actions in doing a conquest. In this book, you can really tell that the Aztecs were as concerned about the development of the soul as the Egyptians were in their mythology. So this is a book that will really crack open a lot of Central American, Mesoamerican mythology and mysticism for you. Highly recommended, Burning Water. Alright, so a little bit more recently, earlier this year I ran into The Code, and this is basically Tony Burrows with a couple other folks years ago in Hawaii started kind of a fellowship called The Intenders, and I ran into this earlier this summer of this year, 2010, and it's a really good book if you're interested in how we interact with our intentions, form intentions with consciousness. And you can form intentions and help to manifest whatever it is you're looking for, practical, physical things, or steps towards world peace, the whole deal. So this is really a good book. Now the next book, I think I looked at this years ago. This was Bringers of the Dawn by Barbara Marciniak. And how I encountered it real early this fall was as an audiobook. And I don't remember actually reading this book the first time, but the audio book, what I did is I got a copy of that, got it onto MP3, and actually mixed it with some chakra music, and I'll hopefully provide a sample of that very soon on YouTube. This stuff is really heavy. This is really deep. This was channeled in 1992, and it talked about what was going to happen between then and 2012. And there are things in here that are so many multi-layers of transmission and dimensions of light that I highly recommend if you're interested in light work or understanding the development of consciousness that you get into this book, Bringers of the Dawn, and Barbara's other books. And then lastly, I discovered just a few weeks ago Dolores Cannon, and she's a hypnotherapist who works with people in the somnambulistic state, which is the deepest state. And she, decades ago would take people in the trance and they would start bringing forth this supra-conscious material about the history of the planet and, people's past lives and soul progression. And her series in these abstracts and interviews with these people who are in this really far out deep state is called The Convoluted Universe. And I would suggest you start with book 2, because in book 1 it goes kind of slow. She's kind of getting used to interacting with these people in this state and they're really connected to a higher form of consciousness. So The Convoluted Universe, there's currently 3 books out now. This is book 3. I would start with book 2 and then go on to book 3. And I got to tell you, just like Barbara Marciniak's books, where you can feel there's this really higher dimensional, high civilization downloads going on into you, I feel the same thing happening when I read Dolores Cannon's work. So this is also highly recommended. That's it for now. I will work on next getting you guys some sound samples of what I listen to help alter my consciousness. Thanks.